Hi everyone, meteorologist Joe Cioffi, SNS Storm Chasing, meteorologist joecioffi.com, weatherlongisland.com. And I thought I'd do a quick video here because we do have a couple of developments happening with regards to the tropics. And we've got this system that was from the Bahamas with clouds extending from there northeastward for several hundred miles. And I just want to show you here what's happened this afternoon. It appears that right in this area here that there's a low-level circulation that has developed on the edge of this area of thunderstorms. Now, one of the things we noticed on the satellite loop, and we'll go back to that now and show you, these clouds here have been persistently turning in an anticyclonic wave. You see it right there, and that's telling us that there's some kind of upper high sitting over this, and that is conducive for some development when you have an upper high over or nearby a tropical system. It provides for light wind shear and good outflow. And the Hurricane Center has picked up on this because there have been some gusty winds in the Florida Straits running to 30 to 35 miles an hour. So it's quite possible that a tropical depression could form here in the next 24 hours as it tracks slowly towards the west-northwest into the southeastern Gulf. But one of the things we're noticing in the eastern Gulf of Mexico, you can see how these clouds are kind of blowing off from south to north. There is some strong shear going on there. So that might preclude this from developing very much. And I'll show you on the radar here, on the radar loop, you can see the turning here of the radar echoes. There really isn't much in the way of showers and storms at all on the west side of the circulation. Much of the circulation is probably exposed. There's more thunderstorms, and we can't really see them too well on the eastern side of the system. I'm going to jump over to another radar so maybe we can get a closer look here. And you can see there is some kind of turning that's going on. So some sort of broad center has formed there. We're going to monitor this and see what happens. We can tell you that when we look at the upper air pattern, I'm going to just punch up the European here real quick. Let's just go back. And you notice in the eastern Gulf of Mexico on the European model, and more than likely on the GFS model as well, as we go through. Let me just back this up because this is not where it should be. Hang on. Let me just back this up. All right. Why is it doing that? Oh, I know why. Got to pick the right map, Joe. Sorry. All right, so we'll back it up. And here we have it initially. I mean, there's some increasing shear going on in the Gulf of Mexico of 20 to 25 knots. And there's also wind, stronger winds going into the western part of the Florida Straits. This would be during the day tomorrow and for Sunday. So not much I would expect. If development is going to occur here, it's going to be pretty slow. The other thing to point out is that the system that is southeast of the Cape Verde Island, that is southwest of the Cape Verde Islands, moving across the western Atlantic right now, continues to become better organized. And I'll pull up the satellite real quick on this, and that's the wrong one. Batting 1,000 today. All right, should come up in just a second. But right in here, you can see it. I'll move myself. This very broad circulation, mid-level circulation that seems to have developed. This is a pretty large system that is moving. Looks like it's moving west-northwest, maybe still moving more west than north, but we'll see what happens. And here's that other wave that's north of the Leeward Islands that has been persisting, but we don't see any signs of development. Sometimes on the satellite over the last couple of days, this thing hasn't looked half bad in terms of what it's been trying to do, but it kind of flares up during the day and drops off at night. So the area of interest obviously is going to be right here. This is the one that we're watching that as it goes into the southeastern Gulf of Mexico. This one here, this is likely to become a tropical depression in the next 2 or 3 days. And the models still want to take this pretty much straight out east along 60 as it develops. And the big question then would be this one, as this kind of drifts off to the west-northwest to see what that does. We're at that time of year now where sometimes the tropics can wake up on a dime. So we just have to kind of monitor all this and just see what happens. So we'll keep an eye. Don't forget SNS Storm Chasing, meteorologist JoeCioffi.com, weatherlongisland.com.